Let's just be honest here, because there's a lot of Facebook groups that I've noticed that it's all about whoever created the Facebook group, and it's all about benefiting them versus the actual members. So you're so restricted with what you can post, what you can comment, all that kind of stuff. But I know from your group, you encourage people to do these things that they normally weren't allowed to do in other groups. Welcome to Soft Selling Channel, where we help you with your online marketing and sales. And today we have a very special guest with us. Her name is Martine Cadet, and she is the owner of Female Coaches Getting Clients Using Social Media. And the reason I wanted to have Martine on today is because she has been able to grow a group up to 2,500 people or more, that she has 90% engagement in her group, which is the point of social groups, right? So if you are looking to start your own successful Facebook group, you have to be on this, because Martine is going to give her juicy secrets and everything that she's done in order to make that group successful. So welcome, Martine.
Thank you so much, Milena. I'm so excited to be here. I'm always so freaking excited to talk about Facebook groups, because I know that it was a pain for me for a long time. It's been a pain for my clients when they first connect with me, and now it's not. And so I love talking about it, and I'm excited to help whoever's watching today on how they can build their community using Facebook.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome. And you know what? The story behind how Martine and I connected is I actually ended up joining her Facebook group. And I could tell right away that there was something different about this group versus some other groups. I mean, there are some really good Facebook groups out there, and then there are some that, you know, you're just not getting that value. And right away, like, I just felt a completely different vibe from Martine. And I said to her, you are going to go big with this. And in just a few short months, she really has. So I can't wait to talk about this journey. So Martine, what is the main reason that you wanted to start this group in the first place? Like, what did you want this group to do for you?
I'll tell you, my frustration truly started when I realized that I kept posting on social media, great content, getting great traction on Instagram, on Facebook, yet I felt that I was missing something. I was missing that impact. I was missing really connecting with the people that I really truly wanted to serve. And so I realized that the missing link in my marketing was not having an audience of my own. I wanted a place where I can show up and really truly facilitate conversations inside a community of people online and be able to show up and serve them as a result of that. But not only do that, also let them open up and invite them in, the members that is, to share what they do and help each other out. And so that was the main reason why I decided to really look into it seriously.
Okay. So it sounds to me a little bit like, you know, it was to create a community where people can kind of come and feel safe. And what did you want it to do for your business personally? Like, what did you want it to do specifically for you?
For me, I wanted to have a group of people to get to know me a little bit more, right? And really activate the know, like, trust factor process that happens on social media. When people discover us, they explore us, they look at us, and with our consistency, with our content posting and marketing, they start liking us and wanting to trust us more and want to get closer to us. So it's kind of like a funnel, right? And so the reason why I wanted to have this presence in my community was for that, is to be able to build that connection with a group of people that already said, yes, I want you in my life, Martine. Now let me get to know you a little bit more. Let me get to like you a little bit more. Can I trust you? Right? Mm-hmm. And so this is the one place where I know consistently, as I show up, as I build relationship with the members inside the community, that is activated. That know, like, trust factor is activated easily versus going out, you know, and posting for brand awareness. Here, you have the ability to really truly be in a, you know, space that is yours and curated by you and leading by you, and being able to represent what your brand is about, your personality, and what you have to offer on a consistent basis.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that I really like about your group is that you continuously showed up on video. Like, you were constantly putting yourself out there on video, right? How was that for you, especially in the very beginning?
Oh my goodness, video. I was one of those that were very, very scared turning on and clicking that go live button. I remember watching my very first live on Facebook, which was not in my group. I didn't have a group at the time. And in the video, I say, I'm nervous. My hands are sweaty. Like, I literally say that because I was nervous. And so for anyone watching, know that it's normal. If you've never done video, it's a process. I know it has been for me. And the reason why I show up in my community with video is because we all know video content is the richest content we could ever create for our business and our marketing. Why? Well, simply because we get to showcase our personality. People buy from people. People want to do business with real people. And so having the opportunity to show up live on video, and I say live, not so much pre-recorded. Pre-recorded is still fine, but having the live interaction with your audience is key. Again, why? Well, simply because it is creating that know, like, trust factor, and you get to showcase your coaching style or your service style, or whatever it is that you do for people, truly the way you are. And so, yes, I constantly show up inside my community with video because of that reason, but it did not start yesterday. It took a lot of practice. It took a lot of, moving away from the fear of, there's no eyeballs watching me. Nobody's liking, nobody's commenting, to, you know what? I have a message. I'm going to show up regardless of the amount of eyeballs that I see. People do consume your content. They are seeing what you are sharing. And so I say, keep at it.
How long did it take from, just going through that feeling of like not being sure if anyone's watching to people actually starting to interact and engage?
In my group, I have to say, from the time that we were at 22 members, which was like less than a year ago, and I was doing that heavy lifting of inviting qualified members inside the group, and at the same time showing up inside the community and building it as if it was at already 5,000 members and really truly providing value, I want to say it took me probably, I would say, 4 weeks to 6 weeks of having my members that were there at the time realize that it was a safe place, that they could actually engage, that they understood what their part was within the community. And so they started showing up. There were a lot of other growth strategies that happened within that time, obviously, to give them the space and the invitation to show up. But I have to say, it took me about 4 to 6 weeks to start activating the members to truly engage, comment, like, and, starting posting on their own inside the community and whatnot.
Yeah. You know what? It's, let's just be honest here, because there's a lot of Facebook groups that I've noticed that it's all about whoever created the Facebook group, and it's all about benefiting them versus the actual members. So you're so restricted with what you can post, what you can comment, all that kind of stuff. But I know from your group, you encourage people to do these things that they normally weren't allowed to do in other groups. Do you think that that played a big part? And tell me what some of those things were, because I know what they were, but I want you to tell it.
Sure, absolutely. And the reason why I decided to do that is because I knew that I suffered from that, from being in other groups and I'm scared. I don't know what to post. Am I going to get banned? Am I going to get kicked out because I posted this? Did I post too much? And not understanding what my part was frustrating to me. And when I had to create the vibe of my group, and for you that's building a group right now, ask yourself the question, what do I want this group to be like? What's the vibe that I want for it? What am I going to accept? What's the visualization and vision that I have for my group, and create accordingly? And so that's what happened to me. And I was like, I know I've been frustrated not knowing what to post in other groups. I don't want this for my members. I think, and I believe there's enough abundance for all of us, okay, to share. And so there's room for everybody. There's people in my group that do what I do, meaning helping other female coaches build their social media marketing and so on and so on. That's okay, because all of us have a different sauce, I like to say, a different strategy of doing it. And so it all depends on, what, our prospects are looking to invest in and who they want to do business with. And so, yeah, I decided to give a great structure for the community to understand when can they post, what should they post. And I constantly educate them and remind them of what's in it for them. And so one of the things that I have implemented right now inside the group is community calendar, where I invite every member to sign up for free for a Wednesday training where they secure a slot, and Wednesday is the training of the community. So if you're inside my group and you have an offer, you can show up and sign up for that training, go live, do your slides, do your thing. And all of those videos are saved in the unit section of the group for others to consume. I know many members in my group have shared messages with me saying that they've closed clients from my group. They've gotten great opportunities, speaking engagements and whatnot from being in the group. And so I constantly remind my members, Sunday is promo day. Here's another thing that frustrated me when I was in other groups, and I'm still in other groups, but that I wanted differently for my group. And I invite you to challenge yourself to think of things that are creative enough for you to create the vibe that you want for your group. You don't have to do it like everybody else. You don't have to do it like me. But this is what happened to me. Again, I was like, you know what? I know when there's promo days in other groups, usually it's a thread, it's a post, but it's so hard to go back to it and curate it back. Like, how can I make it so for my communities, it's everybody benefits from it? And so on Sunday, what happens? Well, the group is open. During the week, it's not, because I get to curate the content so that it's not all promo and salesy, but it's more conversation type of content, right? And then on Sundays, I've decided that I open the group for promos, whether it's free or paid offers that the members have. Some of them take the opportunity to go live inside a group directly versus having a post, which I had initially, and I noticed that the interaction wasn't there until I open up the group and I say, guys, the group is open. Go ahead and go live and do whatever you need to do to get visibility in this community and share your offers. And I have to tell you, so many members have taken the opportunity to show up in the group on Sundays. And now the community, at least the ones that's been in the community for a while, expect Sundays to be about, I'm going to shop. I'm going to shop, whether they're looking for a new coach, a VA, or something, a collaboration or a new speaker for their event or whatever. They know that the timeline of the group on Sunday is all about the members showing up and sharing their expertise and offering their services.
Yeah. And I just want to recap two important things that you said in the last little while. Number one was showing up to the group as if it's already a 5,000 member group, like right from day one, just having that mentality. And number two is the abundance mindset. Like, there is enough to go around for everybody. And you mentioned a sauce. And as you were talking about a sauce, what I'm thinking is, like, some people like their sauces a little bland, and some people like their sauces mild, some like them spicy. So everybody has a different taste, different flavor, like they have different taste buds. So they'll resonate with other coaches. And, sometimes coaches can get overbooked. And I know, like, when I was, especially in the wedding photography field, it's like, you can't take on 10 weddings in one weekend. So having this group of collaboration with exchanging clients and referring them to other people that are similar to you is ideal, because then everybody wins, right?
Yeah, definitely. I know I've built my business that way. From even when I first started back in 2015, I wasn't doing what I'm doing now. I was selling my handmade jewelry line made out of t-shirt yarn. And I had my e-commerce site selling the jewelry. And I realized that in order for me to activate more buyers and more interest to my jewelry, I needed to collaborate with designers, clothing designers. So you would see me at New York Fashion Week. You would see me working with, brands. I'm not going to call out their names, but pretty, brands that are well known, just because I actively reached out to them and said, I have this jewelry, you have clothes, you are in the fashion industry. Obviously, we're serving the same need. Let's get together and let's do something great.
That's awesome. Now, a lot of people get very intimidated by the idea of reaching out to people, or they might think, oh, this person constantly has people reaching out to me or to them. And, why would they want to pay attention to my message? Like, what value do I have to give? So can you give us a little bit of practical advice about how to actually reach out to people through online media?
Oh yeah, that's a big one, because I know I've been hit by the salesy car salesman. No offense, car salesman. I value you. I'm not knocking off your hustle here. I'm just saying, like, I've gotten messages where, here, hi, nice to meet you. Thank you for following. Here's my link. Here's my link. And I'm like, whoa.
That's called spam.
Right? I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm a person too. I'm human, and let's have a conversation, And so that's what I would say to you when you are connecting online, whether it's on Instagram, wherever you are, LinkedIn, be human about it. One of the things that I make sure that I share and help my clients with, and my group members, I share with them all the time, is about optimizing your relationship marketing with people. Turn your marketing online as more of an experience marketing process. People want to have an experience with your brand. So the last thing you want to do when they first meet you is for you to, throw something down their throat and be like, take it now. Like, you need this. I know you did. You don't know me. You don't know where I am. And so let's have a conversation. How are you? How are you handling this whole, situation that's happening in the world today? How are you feeling? Are you healthy? Are you okay? I pray that everything's fine. I'm connecting from here. Where are you located? What's going on? How can I be of a help for you? Be of service in your communication with people online versus looking at them as a dollar sign, because they're human beings and they want to have a communication. And listen, I'm all about quality, not quantity. Okay, I'd rather have 5 great clients versus 15 pain in the what to serve. I rather show up with intention and impact people that truly need what it is that I want them to be able to get to, right?
As you said, when you reach out to everybody who's not necessarily qualified and they don't join your group, that's okay. And same thing with messaging, right? Because when you do go and you start messaging someone, you say, hey, how are you? Or, you make that rapport building question or whatever. Maybe not everybody responds, right? Not everyone's going to necessarily respond to that. So sometimes people tend to take that personally. So how did you handle that? And what was your experience of, reaching out to people and connecting?
Well, we have to remember what we have to offer and who do we have to serve. We're not here to serve everything. We're not here to, be able to help everyone and everybody, right? We have one message, we have one offer. And so if the genuine conversation naturally is going to lead into you identifying if this prospect could be a great member in your group or not, or perhaps they could be a great person that you can connect with somebody else with, because your own messaging and what you're able to do, and you're not looking at that connection as another ting ting dollar sign for whatever reason, and you're not trying to put that conversation somewhere in your pricing structure or your packages while you're speaking, and that's what you're thinking about. Take yourself away from that and really put yourself in the servicing part of it, and really be honest with yourself and say, can I really help this person with what I have or not? And if you can't, you can't, and be honest about it, and make sure that you have a good rapport and close the conversation well, because you never know you never know because this person could know somebody else. I've friend request a couple of times, but 95% of the time I accept friend requests, and the requests that are coming in are great because the algorithm has known what it is that I like based on my consumption on the app. And so when the friends requests come in, I've hardly had anyone not respond back to me. Why? Well, simply because I accept the friends request and I kick in the conversation and say, thank you for requesting me. How are you? You opened up the conversation. You knocked on my door. Let me tell you a little bit about me. How are you? What do you do? Well, usually most of the time is, I notice your profile, Martine. I see what you do. This is what I do. And I'm like, amazing. Thank you for checking me out. Did you see that I have a Facebook group? Yes, I did. In fact, I wanted to invite you to a summit. No way. What do you have going on? And the conversation flows because of that. And so that's my trick in opening conversations online. I don't chase the leads. The leads come to me organically because I've turned on the algorithm to know what I want based on what I consume online and on the app.
And if somebody's just starting out, will they have the same experience? Like, will people be friend requesting them, or will they have to go out and friend request people in the very beginning?
I did not, when I started, I did not friend request or go out and look for people. What I did do on the app is be very, very active in other groups and providing value. And from there, created relationships from that. And so because I was giving value and helping others inside other communities, then the friends requests from those communities, from whoever I was helping, came in.
Okay. And my next question for you is, what are some of the surprising things that have happened as a result of having this group? Something that you just didn't even expect?
having my own TV show, streaming on Roku TV, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire Stick devices on TV. So I just launched, and the opportunity came in because the network found me on Facebook, and they even shared with me, the owner of the network said, we've been consuming your content. Mind you, they never liked it. They never commented. See?
And you never know who's watching.
Right. And same thing when Facebook reached out to me back in 2018 to speak at their event. You know, Facebook emailed me and said, we found your page. And I'm like, wait a second, are you really Facebook? And then I was on stage in front of 200 people on behalf of Facebook. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And so that the most recent thing that surprised me is that I just launched a TV show on and now I'm telling everybody, get a Roku TV if you don't have one, Fire Stick and whatnot, and creating content for a TV show. And so that is the power of showing up organically, consistently, with attention, and really being you online. That's what you can create for yourself.
All right, guys, I just realized that my lighting was really getting kind of dim because we're getting ready for a really bad thunderstorm here in Canada. So just if you notice this nice glow, it's my ring light. All right, so Martine, my next question for you is, for anybody that is looking to start a Facebook group, what are some of the top tips that you would give them from your experience?
I love this. Okay, get ready to write this down. The number one thing that I want you to take a look at is the name of your group. Ask yourself the question, is the name of my group searchable? Does it have keywords of what I know my ideal client is looking for online? And if you're not sure, check Google. You know how on Google you go and you search for something, or even on YouTube, in fact, is a great place to try it out, right? And make sure that your name, the name of your group, has those keywords that you know your ideal client has the pain to get to. They want get more clients, or perhaps high ticket coaching or closing, like those words, those power words that you know they're searching in the search bar when they want to join a group. And the reason why you want to do that is because at one point the algorithm is going to pick up your group and it's going to want to suggest it to people, right? And so why not make it a name that is aligned with what you serve? And so that is number one tip that I have for you.
I'm going to just add something right in there, because there's a video that I have on my YouTube channel, and the thumbnail of it says SEO, but it's digital marketing for business owners. And in there, it shows you how to use keywords everywhere as a search tool, because that is how you find out how many people are actually searching that particular key phrase. So that way you know if it's popular or not, right? Did you use that? Keywords everywhere?
I love that. I love that. It's really essentially what it is. You're right. And even for your Facebook group name, I've seen so many group names that are hashtag this, hashtag that. Is your ideal client truly searching hashtag whatever that name is? Probably not. And you're probably wondering, why is nobody want to come in my group? I constantly have to invite people to come in.
Because they can't find it.
Can't find you. And so keep it simple. Keep it simple. Give it a name. And is a name too long? I say, listen, as long as it says what it is that it's offering, to me, it could be as long as you want it to be. And honestly, the second tip that I have for you is your banner. Your banner of your Facebook group needs to truly identify the transformation that you're looking to offer inside your community. What is it? I've seen so many banners that are just pictures, or perhaps, you know, the person behind the group, their picture is not even there. I don't even know who it is that's hosting this great community, right? And so that's a public content right there, your banner. Before people request to join in, they do that. And then the third last tip that I have for you is to check your pre-join questions, okay? You are allowed to have 3 questions that you can ask your members, your potential members, that is, to answer before you approve them inside your community, your private community, that is, right? Take advantage of that. And one of those questions must be to collect their emails, right? And make sure that you invite them to share their emails. What are you giving them in exchange? Because here's the truth. Facebook can disappear tomorrow, and you may have 5,000 members in your group, and Facebook is no longer, and you have no way to connect with them. And so it's a tool. Having a Facebook group in your own community, building your own audience, is a tool for your marketing online for your business. And so think strategically, check the name of your group, look at your banner,
and make sure you have those pre-join questions filled in, because that's going to also help you with the type of content that you want to share inside the group to ensure that it's engaging, because you'll know the answers of what your members are answering, and therefore you're not going to be talking about, you know, topics that have nothing to do with their pain points that you ask them to answer. You follow?
Got it. Now, my question for you is, with those emails that you collect from your members, do you actually put them onto an email list? Like, is there a permission section in the Facebook group where it says you might be on an email list? Or do you just simply collect them to, you know, let's say Facebook was to shut down and you had to go to a different platform to inform them of that? Like, what is it that you're able to do with those emails?
Well, yes. So that email that you gather from your members, you do want to share with them that by sharing your email in those pre-join questions, you say, by sharing your email with me, I will be adding you into my newsletter. Would you like that? Give them the invitation. Some of them will say not yet. And, you know, it's going to be up to you to identify if you should still invite them in. And that's fine. That's happened to me. It's happened to me today. It's happened to me yesterday, where even some members don't even get to the questions yet. When I look at their profile, which is why I'm saying, make sure your profile is good too, because I look at the profile and I'm like, okay, they're very active, they're aligned, they'll get value from my community. They did not answer the questions, I'll let them in, right? And so you want to make sure that you have a disclaimer on that question saying, the reason why I'm asking you to share your email is because I want to be able to provide you more communication, additional communication through my newsletter to help you out even more. Would you like that? And if so, please enter your email address. And yes, the next step after that is to either screenshot, because once you approve it, that's it. You're not going to find the information anywhere, at least for now, on Facebook. So you'd have to screenshot it, or you can purchase a third-party Chrome extension that gives you the opportunity to do it automatically for you, whether you want the data to go into a Google Sheet or in your choice of CRM directly, so you don't have to keep screenshotting and enter it manually, the email that is. You want to gather that. And, you know, email marketing is not dead. Okay. In fact, that is the one place that you're probably going to convert the most. It's by nurturing your email list and making sure that you stay consistent in communicating with them. I know it's a lot. I know you're looking at me like, oh my God, I just want to have a Facebook group and that's it. It's more than that. If you want it to generate and work for you, you have to be strategic. That's why I always say I'm all about money-making activities, right? If it's not going to convert into a new member or a discovery call scheduled or something like that, my activity that is on social media, then you're not going to find me scrolling mindlessly on Facebook, on Instagram without a plan. And so that's what I want for you. Have a plan with your social media and your Facebook group.
Brilliant. And also, you know, if people are looking to get those leads, there's also another way to actually generate those leads using your own Facebook account. And I've made a video on that, so I'm going to make sure to link it at the end of this. So if you guys want to use another strategy to build your email list, I have a video for you. So make sure you check it out. And so, Martine, any last words, any last thoughts that you want to say to people who are looking to start their own Facebook group and why they should do it and how it's going to benefit them?
Oh, absolutely. One thing that I know that I definitely changed my mindset with, and that's when my group started picking up, is giving myself the mindset that I am a facilitator to my community. When you do that and you move yourself away from being the teacher, right, and always showing up in your group with how-tos, and loading your members with how-tos, and they're left saying to themselves, holy God, I can't keep up with all of those things that I have to do. They're already stressed out. They have a lot going on, right? I'm not saying don't do the how-tos. You should definitely help your community, but put yourself in the mindset of being a facilitator, someone that is to build a community so that you are inviting people for conversation. Then that's the key. That's the key right there for your success of your Facebook group. And so be a leader as far as, you know, connecting your members together, inviting them, message them, say hello, and really get out of your head and more into your heart and connect those people. They're real human beings that are building whatever they're building, and you're there to help them. And so put yourself in that space and serve.
Okay. And now, you know, specifically, people always wonder, like, how do I actually implement this, you know? And I've seen you do it, and I've seen those questions that you're asking. So can you give people a couple of examples of how to actually engage people where they feel like, you know, they're a part of this community as opposed to just somebody who's learning all these how-to messages? Give us some tangible tips.
Oh yeah. Oh well, there you go. Here's what you're gonna do today. You're gonna post conversation starters type of content inside your group. Ask your members a simple question: yes or no, yay or nay, A or B. Simple. Okay, a simple question that you know is either a personal question like, when's your birthday? Mine is in September. Your group members love to talk about each other and themselves, right? They're gonna want that. People love to talk about themselves. So give them the opportunity to do so. Do you have coffee or tea? I like coffee. Oh, cool. I like tea. Why? And start this conversation. Think about it as a big, huge party you're having at your house. And, you know, they're here, they're in your living room having drinks, and, you know, they're talking, and you are here to facilitate the conversation and be able to build that relationship so that when you show up and say, hey guys, I know you guys have a pain when it comes to Facebook groups. I just launched this program, yada, yada, yada. And then the members are not gonna be like, what is she talking about? Now she's trying to sell me? Who is she? No, you've built a relationship with them. They know who you are. And so here's one thing you could do: conversation starters type of post, very simple, okay? They could be questions that are aligned with what you do and offer, and questions that have to do with, you know, just us, life, you know, is it Android or iPhone? Which one you prefer?
Yeah.
Yes or no? And get to invite them to start talking about what they like and what they don't like.
Awesome. So what I want to reiterate about that is that those questions are non-threatening questions, right? So you're kind of like building that rapport. You're not just jumping in with, what's the biggest problem you're having? Because people are like, whoa, like, you know, you didn't even buy me dinner yet, right? Or like, we're still about to have an appetizer, right? Like, you don't want to go and, you know, go for the marriage. You want to go for, you know, kind of the first date. So again, when's your birthday? Coffee or tea? Just very simple questions that are easy to answer, and they're not too personal. So I think that's what, you know, really works about it. So that's great. Well, thank you so much, Martine. It's been such a pleasure having you. And, you know, please leave a comment below, like this video. Martine's also going to share it in her Facebook group. And if you have any questions, like in the next, let's say 24 to 48 hours, I'll make sure that Martine also answers your questions in the comments below. Is that something you can commit to? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
No, it's
That's
fine.
okay.
I love engaging with viewers and answer questions as much as I possibly can. That's totally fine. Put your questions
Perfect.
in. I'm
Okay,
ready.
and then also in the description below, I'm going to put a link to Martine's group. If you do want to join her Facebook group, you can just click the link below, and I'm sure she'll accept you.
Yes, I will. Thank
Okay,
you so much.
awesome. All right, everybody, thanks for joining. Thanks, Martine. Bye for now.
Bye.